Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you've tuned in wherever you may be listening from here, maybe headed on your way to a district football game tonight, and we'll run through those schedules tonight. Also, we'll touch on some of the quarterfinals in soccer as well, and later on in the show, you will hear from our athletes of the week from around the state. From St. Pius the 10th out of Festus Volleyball, Elena Rubel will join us, as well as Parkway North running back Messiah Smith. Javon Blackman from Lutheran North will also join us as well with head coach Kyle Wagner in the show today. And our team of the week, sponsored by Liona Labor's Local 663, is the Fairgrove Lady Eagles volleyball team as they finish the season 41-0, and they're a remarkable 106, 3, and 6 over the past 3 seasons. So congratulations to head coach Tanya Peck and that group. You will hear from them as well here in today's show. And don't forget, tonight at 9:30 to tune in to Friday Night Live. We'll run down all the scores, visit with coaches from around the state, and update you on what's going to happen next week. But we will begin with our individual champions in cross country. First, let's look at the girls' side. In Class 1, it was Sonia Bruner of Calvary Lutheran. She ran a time of 19:43.40. In Class 2, your state champion is from Lexington, Addison Smith, time of 19:15 flat. And in Class 3, Brianna Kruger won that. She's from St. Charles West. She ran a time of 18:46.20. And in Class 4, it's Kaylee Norris of Harrisonville with a time of 18:29.30. And from Liberty Wentzville, Bella Navarro Sanchez had the best time of the day at 18:08.30, and she wins Class 5. Looking at the boys' state championships, in Class 1, it was Nolan Corder from Mansfield with a time of 16:14.80. In Class 2 from Lexington, it was Cheo Lichty with a time of 16:31 flat. Class 3 is Brian Burns of Southern Boone with a time of 15:56 flat. And in Class 4, Carson Dreemeyer of Festus with a time of 15:59.50. And Class 5, and one of your Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week, Henry Acorn from Rockhurst at 14:52.40. The best time, second best time by a third of a second over the past decade. So congratulations to Henry Acorn of Rockhurst, and you will be hearing from him later on in the show. Turning our attention now to soccer, as soccer has reached the quarterfinals. And in Class 1, Valley Park will be at Metro at 1 p.m. tomorrow in their state quarterfinal. Also in Class 1, state quarterfinal at Carl Junction will be Sacred Heart taking on New Heights Christian Academy. And in Class 1, quarterfinal at Osage Beach will be Missouri Military Academy facing Crocker. And another quarterfinal in Class 1, Lone Jack at 20-3 will travel to St. Pius X out of Kansas City. Class 2 quarterfinals, Lutheran South will be at Clayton. Logan Rogersville will be at Marshall. Orchard Farm will be at Moberly. St. Michael the Archangel will be at Excelsior Springs. And in Class 3 quarterfinals, Farmington will be at Vianney. St. Francis Borgia will be at Springfield Catholic. Ladue will be at Hannibal. Hannibal 26-2 on the season. Pembroke Hill will be at Van Horn. In your Class 4 quarterfinals, Lindbergh will be at DeSmet. Glendale is at Rockhurst. Glendale's 21-2-1. Rockhurst 19-1. Elsewhere in Class 4 state quarterfinals, St. Louis University High will be at Liberty Wentzville, and Rockbridge will be at Liberty North. Now, as we look at the football schedule for tonight, I think all but 2 games are tonight. We'll tell you who they are. In 8-man football, your district championships will be Lockwood versus Greenfield. Archie will take on Appleton City. Bishop LeBlond versus Plattsburgh. These are 8-man state tournament, district championships, I should say. Rockport is at West Nottoway. Concordia takes on Slater. Bramer versus Wellington Napoleon. Albany versus Worth County, and North Shelby takes on Paris. In Class 1 district semifinals will be Van Far at St. Vincent. Crystal City takes on Charleston. Pierce City will be at Marionville. Ash Grove will be at Adrian. Salisbury will be at Tipton. Harrisburg will be at Westran. West Platte will be at Penny. Putnam County is at North Platte. In Class 2 district championships, it'll be Caruthersville at Valley Catholic. Bowling Green will be at Herman. Lamar will be at Warsaw. Kip KC Legacy will be at Pembroke Hill. Father Tolton will be at Lafayette County. Liberty Mountain View travels to Fair Grove. Monroe City will be at South Shelby. And Mid Buchanan will be at Brookfield. In Class 3 district championships, St. Genevieve will be at Dexter. John Burroughs will be at Live for Life. Mount Vernon will be at Stratford. Forsyth is at Seneca. Moberly is at Hallsville. Boonville is at Blair Oaks. Oak Grove will be at Odessa. Maryville will be at Cameron. And in Class 4 district championships, Perryville will be at Festus. Pacific will be at Gateway. Hannibal is at Warrenton. Bolivar is at West Plains. Miller Career Academy is at Lutheran North. Orchard Farm is at Parkway North. Warrensburg is at Pleasant Hill. Savannah is at Kearney. In your Class 5 district championships, Cape Central will be at Cardinal Ritter. Lafayette is at Washington. Lebanon will be at Helias Catholic. Republic is at Branson. MICDS is at Hazelwood East. North Point is at Fort Zumwalt West. Webb City will be at Carthage in a rematch. St. Pius X is at Platte County. And your Class 6 district championships, Jackson will be at Seckman. Kirkwood will be at CBC. Joplin is at Nixa. Lee Summit is at Lee Summit North. SLU will be at DeSmet. Rockbridge is at Troy Buchanan. Liberty will be at Blue Springs South. And Oak Park will be at Park Hill. You're listening to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Hey, drop us a note. Go to our YouTube page and subscribe. Go to our Facebook page and like us. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Everybody safe travels tonight. As always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Back after this.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
And welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. We encourage you to go to our Facebook page at Missouri Sports Network and give us a like, or go to our YouTube channel as well and subscribe. That way you'll know anytime that we're going live. We do about 7 or 8 shows per week here on the Missouri Sports Network. But this is High School Game Day, and along with that comes our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And we go to St. Pius X out of Festus High School, and we welcome in head volleyball coach Shannon Leftridge. Coach Leftridge, thanks so much for your time today.
You're welcome.
A tremendous season, culminating with a state championship, a second place finish a year ago, coming out of last year into this year. What did you have to replace just due to graduation, and who are some of the young ladies that stepped into some roles?
Well, defense was one of the main things that we did lose, our senior defensive players. So we definitely had to fill that role with some younger players. Our hitters have remained pretty steady. And of course, Elena's been setting for our team for the last 3 years. So we just had some minor back row changes that we had to fill this year. But basically, we had 7 returners from the second place state team last year. So it was still the core players that went to state the year before.
Was there a point during the season, and I don't know, maybe the Rockwood tournament, where you kind of felt like, hey, we've got a shot here? You went undefeated in the Rockwood tournament. That's always a tremendous tournament there in the St. Louis area. Was there a point during the season where you kind of felt like, hey, we're all rounding into shape, so to speak?
Yeah. Well, I would say the Rockwood tournament was definitely one of the big turning points for us. It's early in the season, but what they do at that tournament is they really try to match you up with teams that are in your class, teams that you don't normally play, and some of the teams you may see at state. So that was really big for us. So we got to see kind of a preseason preview of Jeff City. We got to see St. Michael, who was at state the previous year, and also play some Class 5 competition as well. But we kind of figured Jefferson City would be at state again, so it was nice to see them. And then also in the season, playing St. Joe was also kind of a big turning point to really see that competition that, you try to start looking at brackets and districts and seeing kind of predicting who you might see. You never know, but we had a pretty good idea of what we could do in the postseason after our regular season games and tournaments.
Well, and we as I mentioned, we're visiting with Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and that is Elena Rubel of St. Pius X out of Festus, along with head coach here Shannon Leftridge. Coach, tell us a little bit about Elena and the reason she was selected for this award. And I do not pick these, so these are nominated by people around the state. I ultimately make the decision on this, but she's had an outstanding career, and she's just a junior, already going to 3,100 assists.
Right.
Tell us a little bit about her.
Well, Elena, she's been setting for us since her freshman year, and I've been at Pius 11 years, so she's the 4th setter within the program that I've had. We've traditionally always had a setter run a 5.1, and Elena's does the same for us. She's just a tremendous all-around athlete. She's I see a lot of volleyball. I see a lot of high school players, and we watch a lot of college ball. And Elena is probably one of the fastest, just athletically talented, volleyball players out there. She makes a play out of every pass she gets. She's got tremendous jumping ability. She's not the tallest setter on the floor. There's everybody likes those tall lefty setters, but Elena's got a tremendous vertical. She not only sets, her defense is great. She ended with 196 digs. She's second on the team in aces at 46. Her stats all around are just tremendous. And I would say Elena just works so hard to put our hitters in the best position to score. She's very selfless, has just a tremendous positive attitude. She's just been a great setter for St. Pius. She's just going to go down as one of the great for St. Pius for sure.
Elena, how are you today?
Good.
Very good. So, Elena, first, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Elena, tell us a little bit about your game. What do you do to kind of get mentally and physically prepared, prior to a match? Are you drinking lots of water, trying to get rest, listening to music? What are you doing to get kind of prepared?
I would say drinking a lot of water, sleeping, and having fun with my teammates, and just getting ready for the game, and listening to music together, or our pregame rituals. I have the same girl do my hair every day, mm-hmm. and just stuff like that.
So you have superstitions?
Yeah, Yeah, a little
Little
bit.
Tell us a little bit about what got you involved in volleyball. Was it a parent? Was it a coach? Was it a friend? And how long you've been playing?
So I started playing in third grade. I was 8 years old, and my mom got me playing because she played in college, and all my friends were playing, so I was like, I'll play. And what kind of kept me going was my babysitter was Jenna Otek for a little bit, and she would always pepper with me, and we just had like a lot of fun together. And she ended up playing at Purdue. She was a little bear at Purdue. And
Well, outstanding,
yeah.
outstanding. So, talk about some of those role models you've had. Maybe when you were a freshman, that senior that kind of took you under their wing. Who are some of those people that have influenced you?
Well, my freshman year would probably be this the senior at the time, Hannah Birch. She was just always so like welcoming, and she was like a mom to all of us, and she just was very nurturing, and she was the best. So yeah, definitely her and Jenna.
Yeah, well, very good. Coming into this season, obviously the second place finish a year ago. Did you have any personal or team goals that you wanted to accomplish this year as your junior year?
Definitely winning state. Getting second, like it was great, but we wanted the championship.
When you're on the floor, obviously there's a lot of communication that goes on. When the ball's in the air on the other side of the net, what are you paying particular attention to? Are you looking for hitters, or what are you looking for when the ball's on the other side of the net?
Usually I'm watching the ball, waiting to see where it goes. Like if the setter dumps it, like I'm ready for that. But if not, I'm watching like which hitter's gonna hit it and moving on defense to get ready.
Let's say the ball's on your side of the floor. It's in the air. What are you looking for then? And then what is there communication that goes on? What's going on when the ball's on your side of the court in the air?
Well, definitely getting the second ball to get to one of my hitters and thinking about like who has the hot hand and who's gonna score and mixing it up also, like not always the same person.
What went through your head in the state championship match when that final point was scored and you knew that you were state championship or state champion? What went through your head, and did you go try and find somebody to hug, or what was going on?
I immediately just went to the ground, and we were all like, what did we? Like,
Everyone just hugged
Yeah.
her. Everyone just piled on her, I
and we
think.
were just all crying. It was like a dream. It was so fun.
Yeah.
And everyone was cheering.
Yeah, that's something nobody can ever take away from you. I mean, you are the 2024 Class 4 state champion. I would imagine the food tastes a little bit better, and then the soft drinks are a little colder. And talk about coming back to school that following school day after the state championship. What was that like?
Coming back to school, it's kind of humbling because I had math. It's like, oh,
Back to reality.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was nice. Everyone was congratulating us and just being really nice to all of us. It was awesome.
And the school had a little
yeah.
pep assembly for us and
Yeah.
a ceremony.
Mhm.
So that was really cool that they did that for us.
As you looked at your schedule coming into this year, what were some maybe matches or a tournament did you really look forward to? Maybe it's a rivalry game. Maybe it's that game at Incarnate Word who defeated you last year. What were games or matches, I guess, that you really look forward to coming into this season?
Well, I would have to say Modern Day because last year we lost to Modern Day, and we really wanted to come back and beat them in our first tournament. We ended up losing to them, but it was still a good game.
Mhm.
I think it went to 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, it went to 3.
Mhm.
This was a tournament, and definitely Incarnate and beating them, that felt really good. And Farmington's always a good game.
Yes.
I love playing Farmington.
Yeah.
They bring a lot of people.
Very good. If there's one match you could go back and play again this year, maybe it was one where you had a tremendous match, or maybe you beat Incarnate Word, or maybe it's maybe one of those matches that got away from you. Are there matches you would love to go back and just replay? And it may be the state championship, but are there games you would love to go back and play?
I would probably say our Lafayette game when we beat the number 1 team in the state. That was just a really good game, and everyone played together. we weren't going to lose that game.
Right.
We all came together.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
What are you doing from here until next year? What does your off season look like?
Well, I play beach volleyball. So I'll be doing that until the next season and just staying in the gym and then preparing. Yeah.
Well, very good. And again, Elena, congratulations on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol.
Thank you.
And I have one more question, and I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I do.
Very good. So you're a champion 2 times over. Again, Coach Leffridge, thank you so much for helping get this set up, and congratulations to you on a state championship. That's got to feel good. Does food taste better for the coach as well?
Yes, yes, it does. Everything's sweet.
Very good. Well, ladies, I greatly appreciate your time. It was an honor to get to meet both of you face to face, and again, congratulations.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Okay. Hey, you've been listening to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. Everybody have a great evening. God bless.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad you've tuned in today, and as always, presented by Liona Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. We're pleased to be joined now by the Parkway North head football coach, Carl Odenwald. And Coach, 8-2 on the season, and you're still playing. It's always good to be playing here and as we approach the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, this is the best part of the year for your season. If you're fortunate enough to continue to play, and we got a tough matchup tonight in the district championship game against a good Orchard Farm team, and we're just excited to have the opportunity to go out there and compete for a district championship tonight.
Coach, at 8-2, you lose the first game of the year to a very good Wildwood team, and then Hazelwood East gets you. Winning the 5 in the row that you have won, what do you feel like right now as a team you're doing really well?
I just think we're continuing to get better each and every week. We're continuing to, hone in on our execution and running our stuff, a little bit better each week, adding a couple wrinkles here and there. But it's kind of like good football teams do. You get better each week and become more of a complete team, a little bit more of a dynamic team. And I think, especially over these last 5 weeks, we faced a little adversity week 1 and then lost a tough one to Hazelwood East week 5. But ever since that moment, our team's kind of really come together and, been focused and locked in on doing things right, attention to detail, being disciplined. And just our goal is to be the team that can get better the longest. So we've been doing a good job at that.
Outstanding. Coach, 10 games into the season, are you relatively healthy right now as you're going into the postseason?
Yeah, like any team, you get 10 weeks in. Football's a brutal sport. We're going to have some bumps and bruises, but overall, we're healthy and feel good about the guys that we have dressing out, competing tonight.
Well, this is the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Chevrolet Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And sitting next to you is the all-time rushing leader for the Parkway North Vikings. Tell us a little bit about Messiah Smith.
This is Messiah Smith. He is as of last Friday night officially the all-time career rushing leader at Parkway North, which is no small feat considering some of the guys that have played his position before him. He broke the record set by Aaron O'Neill. Aaron, that was set in 2003. Nearly 3,500 yards. 35, 91 yards. Messiah currently has bested that by a few yards, hoping to add some more to it tonight. But it's just a testament to his hard work and the type of competitor he is, the type of worker he is, football player, very well-rounded, understands the game, understands schemes, knows how to read defenses, and obviously has the athletic and skill set to do that at a very high level.
Messiah, how are you today?
I'm good. How about you?
I'm doing well. First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being selected as a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
First off, going into the game, did you know that you were approaching the career record? Were you aware of it?
Nah, not really. I was mainly just focused on like winning the game before breaking the record.
What do you remember? I mean, when were you made aware that you had surpassed the career rushing record? Was it after the game? Was it after the run? At what point did you realize?
After the run, I just hearing the crowd start going wild and just start being louder.
This is a record that was set before you were born, I would imagine. Were you aware of Aaron O'Neal? Obviously he is in the Hall of Fame there at Parkway North. Have you met him before or since?
No, I haven't, but I heard of him when I was in middle school. I've been up to Parkway North like a lot during the summer, like doing summer training with the high schoolers. So I heard of him and like heard stories of him.
Aaron O'Neal, was a great athlete here, earned a scholarship to compete to play football at University of Missouri, and unfortunately passed away while in college in 2005. So he is a big central figure within our program. His locker at Mizzou is in our locker room, and the last thing that we do before any game is everybody goes over and touches his locker, takes a little AO with us, as we call him, out to the field with us to honor him and because he was, not only just a great football player, but a great person in the Parkway North community that was, obviously his life ended, far too soon. So in our program, we definitely recognize him and bring him up regularly. So our guys will be aware of just the type of person and player that he was.
Messiah, have you always played this position? Going back through middle school and coming up through high school, has running back been your primary position?
Yes, sir. But I've been going back and forth, like playing like slot, like wide receiver and running back. So I'm like halfback.
Yeah. Do you have, and you don't have to tell me what it is, but do you have like a favorite play when you get to the sideline and say, hey, coach, let's run this, or I think I may be able to break one? Are there plays that your eyes light up when you know that that play's being called? Don't tell me what it is. Just say yes or no.
Oh, yeah, I do.
I think he likes anytime we turn around and put the ball in his hand, hand it off to him.
Very good. Messiah, what do you do to kind of get prepared? I know you've got a game tonight with Orchard Park. How do you spend your day getting mentally and physically prepared? Are you drinking lots of water, trying to stay rested? Are you looking at film? What do you do in preparation for a game?
I mainly listen to like calm music because I'm gonna be in a calm environment before the game. Then when the games hit, I just get locked like in the mode, different level.
If you could give those 7th and 8th graders within your school district, really anywhere in the country or in the state, I guess, some advice based on what you know now. I mean, what advice would you give young people that maybe want to ascend to this position where you are? I mean, the all-time leading rusher in your high school's history. What advice would you give young people right now?
That if you want it, you just gotta work hard for it, and like you gotta be dedicated to it. Like put time in it. If you don't, then you won't be in like the position that you in right now. So like if you put the time and effort in it, then you'll make it. And if you believe in yourself, then you'll make it happen.
Outstanding. I have one more question, Messiah, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Very good. Well, once again, Messiah, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Coach, you've got Orchard Farm tonight. What do you know about Orchard Farm? And let's say I wake up tomorrow or I'm listening to the scoreboard guy, the scoreboard show, and Parkway North gets a victory. What are maybe one or two things that you're going to point at, whether it's turnovers, penalties, that you're going to be able to point at and say, this is why we won this game?
We got a tough Orchard Farm team coming in, very disciplined. They have some great athletes on both sides of the ball. Their quarterback is an outstanding player, leader of their team. They have guys that fly around. So for us, we're going to have to play physical. We're going to, we expect this to be a physical game, and we've challenged our guys to rise to the occasion and match or exceed their level of physicality. And then we need our best players to play at their highest level. Guys like Messiah, Dakari Hollis, Jordan Morgans-Clark, Colin Griffin. When they get an opportunity to get the ball in their hands, they need to do something with it. And, we feel good about the guys that we have and expect them to play well, but we know it's going to be a tough game and that, we're going to have to play well. Whoever wins is going to earn it. All right. We tell our kids, Orchard Farm's not going to come in and lose this game. You have to go out and win it. So, play discipline, execute, and be physical.
And where will this game be played?
We're playing at home. We get to host, so we're happy about that.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate you helping get this set up. And Messiah, again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented by Doak Propane, the Bank of Billings, and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, who remind us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow, and we'll be right back.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammonds Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 290,000 participants here in Missouri who take part in high school sports or activities.
Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, brought to you by Liuna Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by Doak Propane for all your propane needs in Polk County and surrounding counties. See the folks at Doak. And the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. As we continue here with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, we go to Rockhurst High School and we bring in the head cross-country coach, Mike Dirks. Coach Dirks, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, tremendous season here for the Hawklets. talk about the season up to to the state championship, and then also being able to garner the state championship team trophy.
Yeah, we had a tremendous year so far. We were able to win the Class 5 team championship. Last year we got second, narrowly missing out. And so that was kind of the motivation of this year's group, was to get on top of the podium. We had a really talented senior class coming back, and then added in some very special freshmen. So it was a fun year. We lost only one race the entire season. We had 4 All-Staters. Henry won the individual championship, and then we had senior Andrew Davis in 5th. We had a freshman, Jack McGovern, who ended up running the fastest freshman time, tied the fastest freshman time in state's history at 8th. Kai Somasagran at 17th. And then we had our freshman, Jack Morrison, as our 5th man. And then not too far behind him was our senior, Bill Hayes. So just a tremendous state meet.
Yes, indeed. And I tell you, I was watching the race, the numbers come across, and I thought, well, nobody's going to catch them right now, not only team-wise, but nobody's going to catch Henry Acorn. Tell us a little bit about this young man and how he's progressed through his career.
Sitting right next to me is probably one of the most special people I've ever been able to coach. And he's done this because he's just worked his butt off. He made the decision when he was a freshman that he could be special, but he didn't just rest on his, physical talents. He worked hard, and he put in the grind every day, developed himself, and to being probably one of the best kickers in the history of Missouri State. Just the ceiling for him is just so high, and it's just been so much fun to coach him.
Henry, how are you today?
Pretty good. Not too bad.
Very good. Well, first off, thanks for being part of the show.
Yep.
And on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being selected as a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Now, first off, let's go back to the beginning of the season. Did you have any personal goals going into the season?
Yeah, kind of just more in the regular season. I just wanted to be very dominant, go out, win races. Obviously, win the state meet. I got 4th last year, and so the goal this year is to win it. And then we have regionals NXR this Sunday, so that's the goal to qualify for that.
Outstanding. Well, take us back, maybe going back to that Todd Warner Kickoff Classic. Number one, how do you get prepared? When you're racing, and I've had family members that have raced, that have coached cross country, and it was always fun the night before with the pasta parties and things like that. What are you doing to kind of get your body mentally and physically prepared before a race?
Yeah, I think I've gotten to the point, just kind of mentally, where I'm not really stressed about races anymore, especially like those early season races. I mean, for Todd Warner, it was his first meet of the season. So, I wasn't expecting a fast time. I was expecting it to be hard just because I wasn't in the best of shapes yet. But, yeah, I mean, I like being social before races. Usually on my phone. I might not be the best thing, but I'm usually on my phone just texting friends, or obviously we have pasta parties as well. So,
yeah. Tell us a little bit about you get to the line. The gun has not went off yet. What are you thinking about? Are you trying to line up close to someone that maybe can maybe be your rabbit in the early going, or what's going through your mind there as you approach the starting line?
Yeah, so usually I always try to be relaxed, especially that first mile. Usually I have a race plan for the beginning of the race. So whether that was going out with a certain runner from a different team, or going out with Andrew, or just going out on my own, taking it from the gun, I usually just have a strategy.
Were there rivalries with maybe other runners that you enjoyed running against or running with, as you look at some of the meets and you think, hey, I'm looking forward to this. This guy's going to push me. Did you have some rivalries, good-hearted or maybe not?
I really like running against Luke from Rockbridge. He won it last year, so running against him sure was fun. He goes out fast. He likes to push the pace, so it's always a fast race when you race against him. And then that's the only one I can think of. So.
What was did you have a PR this year, and was it by chance in the state championship?
Yeah, so at state I went 14:52, which was my PR for the year.
Very good. What do you do during the week? I mean, how many miles you putting in the off season in a week?
So in the off season, I have like a 2-3 week peak of about 70 miles, and then the rest of it is kind of 50-60, more towards the 60 side, I'd say.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite course?
Probably Gans. I would say we don't really run that cool of courses, to be honest. But yeah, Gans is probably the best.
Do you have a course you don't like? I mean, it maybe too hilly, or does the weather maybe have an effect?
Let's see. I've never liked Lee Summit North. We didn't run that this year, but I've never liked that one. It's very boring. So.
Now, what class are you, Henry?
So we're class 5, which is the top class in Missouri.
What grade are you in?
I'm a senior.
You're a senior. Made any decisions as far as next year?
Yeah, so I actually just signed for the University of Virginia.
Outstanding. Well, what led to that? What was the maybe largest contributing factor to say, hey, I'm going to go to Virginia? Is it away from home? Is it maybe they've got tremendous success in cross country? What was the impetus for making that decision?
So yeah, there was a couple of different factors. First one is obviously the high academics, but then probably the main two would be former Rockhurst alum Wes Porter. He's there right now. He holds UVA's 1,500 meter school record. He's done a tremendous job kind of just progressing throughout college there. And then I really just like the coach, Coach Finn. I felt like his training style very much matched my training style under Coach Dirks, so very much like that.
Again, visiting with Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol Rockhurst Cross Country Class 5 state champion, Henry Acorn, and head coach Mike Dirks. And Henry, if you could get in a time machine and go back to that Henry Acorn who was maybe a 7th grader and give yourself some advice based on what you know right now as a senior, what advice would you go back and give yourself as that 12, 13-year-old pup?
Let me see. Probably just to be more relaxed. I was always very ambitious, but I would get very nervous before races. A lot of races that just didn't really matter. So just being relaxed before races. So.
And you've kind of gotten that this year? You felt like you were pretty relaxed going into all the races?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were nervous? Outside of maybe today during this interview.
I mean, I was a little nervous for state and then a little nervous for Gans Creek Classic. But the last time I probably was nervous was probably for the 2-mile at state last year.
What, as you're competing in the race, do you have people along, different checkpoints telling you, hey, you're 3 seconds off the pace, or you got to pass this guy, and you may not pass anybody, but do you have people kind of giving you just keys during the race? Hey, you're up here, you're down here. What's going on during the race as far as from coaching staff and maybe other teammates or fans?
Yeah, usually it's just let's see. So usually I position myself usually pretty good, so there's not much position. Usually it's more motivation. Coach Dirks usually tells me to do better on my form or relax my face a little bit. One of our coaches, Coach Mack, is always towards the end of the race. I like to kick. I have a strong kick, so usually he's there telling me to start my kick. Usually, whether that's 800 out or maybe just 200, 300 out. And then, from parents and stuff, it's usually just motivation.
Were you aware of the time that you were putting up in the state championship? Did you know? I mean, just felt comfortable. Being a baseball guy or even basketball guys I talk to, they know during pregame, hey, I'm going to have a great night, or I'm going to throw strikes, or I can't miss. Or did you kind of have a good feeling that you felt like you were going to run a good race, and did you realize how good it was?
Not really. I never focus on times at all during races, But I like to see how fast the first K went out, just to get a kind of good grasp of how fast we went out. But besides that, after that, I never look at time. And then, but yeah, during the race, I didn't feel the best. There's a lot of times where my breathing felt kind of off. But I wouldn't say it was probably towards the end of the race where I finally felt like, yeah, I have this. I could win this. So.
Outstanding. Well, I have one more question, and I am a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes.
Very good. Good answers. That's back-to-back wins, Mr. Acorn. Thank you, and again, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, I really appreciate you helping kind of set this up, and what's the rest of the year look like for you? Are you out in the hallways trying to recruit some more runners?
Like Henry said, we're actually racing up in Indiana here this Sunday at NXR Nike Regionals. Their goal is to try to be in the top 2, individual top 5, and then depending upon how that goes, we might have a couple more weeks. We'll take some time off and then get after it right around Christmas.
Outstanding. Again, Coach, thank you. Henry, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back.
The Walnut Street Inn is located in the heart of Springfield on historic Walnut Street, just blocks away from the Missouri State campus, Hammons Field, Great Southern Arena, and downtown Springfield. The Walnut Street Inn features newly remodeled rooms, breakfast served daily, and a friendly, accommodating staff. The Walnut Street Inn is also a great venue for private events. Book your stay or get more information at walnutstreetinn.com or call 417-864-6346.
Imagine a bank that goes where you go, creating seamless solutions for every step in your financial journey, allowing you to manage your money the way you want to, with a banking relationship that makes every day extraordinary. Imagine a world full of possibilities, always within reach. Central Bank. We do banking better.
Hello and welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us, hey, take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. It's time for our Iona Laborers Local 663 Team of the Week. We go to Fairgrove High School, and we welcome in the Fairgrove Lady Eagles volleyball program with head coach Tanya Peck. Coach Peck, thanks so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us.
Coach, an outstanding year, but this has kind of been building. I mean, you finished 41-0 this season, the state champion, but you're 106-3 over the past 3 years. Tell us about this group and that amazing accomplishment, not only this year, but what you've done in the past.
Well, I mean, these ladies sitting here in this room with me, they're a special group. They have been working since they probably were in diapers to be the athletes that they are today. So they're not just good on the volleyball court. They're awesome on basketball. They're awesome on track and field and softball. So they're just a lot of high caliber athletes with a will to win and to compete. So they're pretty special.
Coming into this season, obviously the expectations were very high. Tell us a little bit about what you, if anything, you had to replace from last year's team that also had this level of success almost. Who did you have to replace and who stepped into some of those roles?
So we had 3 really special seniors. I love them to death and I still miss them. And I know these girls do too. They left their legacy. They left their mark. So Hannah Maxwell, she was our setter last year. She helped set with Brooke Daniels, and she went to play at Mission University. And then there's Allison Finley. She was a 6 rotation outside. And then Faith Klindworth was our libero. And so Faith and Allie went to C of O, and they're playing at the collegiate level. So 3 outstanding seniors. And knowing we had to replace them, we we knew that we had a big group coming back, but we had to replace those 3 somehow, some way. And I've got those 3 sitting in this room right here. So my only junior that really played a whole lot, that was Sophie Garrett. She stepped in and took over that outside position. And then I had Emily Stalling. She took over the libero position. And then Greta Arnett kind of took over that right side position that Hannah had left. And so we kind of moved our offense. We moved to a 5-1 and let Brooke kind of handle the show. And the rest is history. So they did an amazing job.
And Coach Peck, you make mention of the success that these young ladies have had in other sports, whether it be softball, basketball, cross country, track, whatever it may be. How much does that help you in your program, knowing that, hey, this young lady's stood at a free throw line, down a point, and she can handle the pressure? How much does that playing multiple sports help you?
Oh, it helps tremendously. And I'm a huge advocate. I have been my whole coaching career for kids to play multiple sports, and these kids are no different. I know that I've encouraged them. I know their other coaches have encouraged them to continue to play the other sports. It helps the competitive edge. And like you said, they have been on the basketball stage at the state championship. And so they kind of been in the bright lights and had that pressure, and they can handle it a little bit more. And the adversity of all of the stuff that multiple sports might bring, they can take that into the volleyball season and handle it with ease. So it's been a joy. And as a coach, I love seeing these kids compete in different things and representing our school. So it's a lot of fun.
Outstanding. Well, you've got your 7 there, 6 seniors and 1 junior. Where do we want to start with the interview of the young ladies?
I can just start here next to me, or I can. Where do you guys want to start, or do you want me to start here? Okay, I'll start right here. This is Brooke Daniels, so our senior setter. So she's waving.
Brooke, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm outstanding. Hey, first off, on behalf of Lionel Laborers Local 663, congratulations on the state championship and being part of the team of the week.
Well, thank you, and thank you for having us.
Tell us a little bit about your roles and responsibilities this season, and compare that maybe to what they were last year.
So this year changed a little bit because, like Coach Peck said, I ran a 5-1, which means we only have 1 setter. And last year we had 2, me and Hannah. And so kind of taking over that setter's role was a little bit different for me, but I definitely loved doing it. And last year was a little bit different just because I got to hit more and Hannah set me. So just a little bit different there, but not too big of a jump.
And Brooke, tell us a little bit about, how you got involved in volleyball, how long you've been playing, and what sparked it. Was it a parent? Was it a friend? Was it a coach that got you involved?
Yeah, so I've played volleyball since I was really little, and I've actually played with almost half of these girls since we were super duper little. And we have an amazing club coach. Her name's Lindy Carver. She is truly the best, and she has been with us ever since we were young, and we've kind of just grown up together, played together. So when high school came, that was kind of just what we did.
Yeah. And Brooke, did you have any personal or team goals coming into this season?
Oh, definitely. I mean, obviously we wanted to go back and we knew that we could, but I mean, you're always just focused on one game at a time. And so realizing that throughout the season, our record was so good, I feel like we didn't really think about that. We kind of just focused, let's go into this game and work on whatever we need to work on and then move on to the next game.
Outstanding. Well, Brooke, being a senior, tell us a little bit what your plans are next year.
So I haven't completely decided what I'm going to do next year. I'm either going to play basketball or volleyball, but I'm not sure what at the college level. So, yeah.
Outstanding. Any particular area of study?
Well, I want to become a pediatrician, so biology or something like that.
Outstanding. Well, Brooke, again, congratulations, and thanks for being part of the show today.
Well, thank you so much.
All right. Coach Peck, who's next?
And sitting next to Brooke is our lone junior in the room. That's Sophie Garrett.
Shelby, how are you?
How are you? Oh, I'm good.
This is Sophie.
Oh,
Garrett.
Sophie. I'm sorry. Sophie, please forgive me.
No, it's okay.
I'm looking right at your name, and I still screwed it up. Sophie, Tell us a little bit about what position you play and what your roles and responsibilities are, and how did they change, if they changed, from last year to this year?
So I've always been a middle for like my whole life. I've been a middle, and last year I found out that I would need to start working on outside because this year I was going to be moving to outside, and it was definitely like my role did change because like I knew I needed to step up and fill in a role that was very big, but I also like felt confident myself, and I felt like I knew like I could do it, but I needed to step up.
As you look at last year, and I don't know how much varsity time you got a year ago, but coming into this year, obviously you got a ton of varsity time. What about this season was really special to you?
Just connecting with everyone. Like last year, I was connected with everyone as well, but like I still got to go in like every once in a while, but I felt like it just felt different. Like I felt like I've gotten very close with everyone. It's been very nice.
Outstanding. What do you do in the off season now? Because obviously you're the lone junior. What are you doing now to get prepared for next year?
I'm playing club, so I actually have club practice today, right after school. And then in the summer, just like I work like with everyone, and that's about it.
Outstanding. Well, Sophie, congratulations and thank you for being part of the show.
Yes, thank you.
You bet. Who do we have next, Coach?
Okay, we'll go up here. This is Emily Stallings.
Emily, how are you?
Good.
Tell us a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are, Emily, and how, if they changed, how did they change from last year?
Okay, so last year I was JV libero, and this year I filled in for Faith as varsity libero, and it's really different. I feel like because I definitely gained a lot of confidence playing for varsity because it's just so different. Like the speed of the game is different, and I knew I'd have to like prepare myself for that. So I definitely worked really hard to get to where I am. So yeah, it's a big change.
What do you do, or how, I guess, do you spend the day kind of getting prepared? Let's say you've got a match tonight. What are you doing throughout the day to get kind of mentally and physically prepared?
I feel like
they like to dance, and they put, they put music on pretty much anywhere they're going. And so when they're dancing and singing and kind of acting goofy, I know they're ready to go. And she's definitely one of the leaders in that. So
yeah.
Emily, that first time you stepped on the court, in that role at the varsity level, how did you overcome the nerve? Were you nervous at all?
Yes, I was definitely nervous, but I have like a good group of girls, and they all it helped a lot knowing like they were there, and I had trust in every one of my teammates, and I knew they trusted me. So having them trust in me and help me get there, it helped a lot.
Take us through the state championship. When that final point is scored, who's the first person you ran to?
Ashton.
That's me.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, again, Emily, congratulations and on the state championship and being part of the team of the week.
Thank you.
All right, Coach Peck, who do we have next?
Okay, next we have Greta Arnett right here, center front.
Yeah.
Greta, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm okay. I'm okay. Tell us a little bit about the position you play and your roles and responsibilities.
Yeah, so I play right back and right side. Responsibilities, Brooke obviously sets, and I was actually a JV setter and right side last year, so it's a bit of a change. I did play the same roles as I did last year, just minus the setting, so that's kind of what I do.
Let's say you're in a match. Let's say the ball's in the air on the other side of the net. What are you having to pay particular attention to, and is there communication that's going on as well? What are you looking at when the ball's on the other side?
Yeah, so I really pay attention to the hitters. like running their routes. So we kind of do like, as Coach Peck says, like man to man almost. So like being a right side, you pay more attention to the outside and middle if they run a 3. So also like communicating with my other middle, usually it's Abby or Shay with me. And so, telling them like, hey, outside, ready, up. And then we go and block so there's no holes or anything like that. So we definitely talk, especially when the ball's on their side of the floor, like where everyone's running their routes, where their middle's going, if they're, middle heavy or outside heavy. So we just communicate like that.
Outstanding. Tell us a little bit about the experience coming into this season, and then how it ended up. What was that like to get that state championship? I'm assuming the soda is always colder, the food always tastes better. Since you've got that state championship, what's it been like?
I mean, it's been phenomenal. I know that we have many students here at Fair Grove that has been congratulating us, not only me, but the whole team. We had a lot of, parents, community members back us up and just be there for us. And it's honestly a surreal moment for sure. And, having a state title already with volleyball is, just amazing in itself. Not a lot of people go to state, and it's amazing to have with this group of girls, especially, seniors. We're all seniors except Sophie. It's awesome to have a, team that's within your grade because you're very, close with those people. So.
Well, outstanding. Well, again, on behalf of Leona Labor's Local 663, congratulations on the state championship and being part of the Team of the Week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Coach, who do we have next?
Okay, standing, I have Abby Green.
Abby, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for being part of the show today. Tell us a little bit about what your roles and responsibilities are.
Well, it was senior year, so I know all of us were really excited to get into this year together because it's what we've dreamed about since we were little, but it was bittersweet in a way. And stepping up to become one of the leaders on this team after we lost Allie, Faith, and Hannah, it was hard because I had looked up to them so much, but knowing that we had kids under us who were already looking up to us was definitely something that helped fuel us through this whole season. And it was really fun getting to teach those kids and also getting to learn from them in some ways. So
outstanding. Take us back, or let's say this. Let's say you could get in a time machine and go back to that Abby Green as a 7th and 8th grader and give her some advice based on what you know now as a senior. What advice would you give that young Abby Green?
Probably just to keep working, and that things might not seem like they're going to work out in your way, as like if I was going to go back and talk to her. Definitely some hard times back then, but just tell her to keep working and stay a ball of energy because, I mean, that's kind of my role now.
That is Abby's MO, is she is our energy.
Very good. All right, Abby, who was the first person that you hugged after the final point was scored?
Well, I was in the back row, so I kind of ran up, but there is a picture of me and Brooke hugging first. So I think that Brooke was the first person that I did manage to hug.
Outstanding. Abby, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Coach, who's next?
Okay, I have Ashton Bell. Raise your hand.
Ashton, how are you?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Good. Tell us what position you play and what your roles and responsibilities are.
I'm an outside hitter and a left back.
Okay. And what are you thinking about when the ball's in the air on your side? What are you looking for? What are you trying to take advantage of?
I'm usually listening to the back row and where they're telling me to hit either line or cross, and where the block's at, especially just to know like where I can hit the ball and where to go. So you just really have to listen to the teammates around you, which is really good because I feel like our team is just so good at communicating with each other, and we know each other so well, like no matter where the ball is going or what's happening on the court.
If you could go back, and it may be the state championship this year or maybe last year, but if you could go back and play one match over because you just had so much fun, or maybe it's a match that you dropped. I mean, you've only dropped 3 in the last 3 years. You like to go back and say, I think we could win that. Are there matches you'd like to go back and play again?
Yes, I would definitely say Stratford's sophomore year. I think that would be the best one to play just because
obviously they're a rival, but then we had Cameron Green there with us. It'd be so nice to keep going with her because she was one of our best leaders, and we would love to play a longer season with her there.
Yeah, I had no idea that you and Stratford were rivals.
Really?
I'm kidding. All right. Now, being a senior, what plans, if any, do you have for next year?
I'm going to Evangel to play basketball.
Okay. Any particular area of study?
I'm wanting to go into radiology, so I'd probably study somewhere in the biology area. It's still being decided. I'm not for sure yet. But.
All right. Well, Ashton, congratulations on the state championship, being part of the Missouri Sports Network Team of the Week.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
You bet. Coach, I believe we have one victim left.
One more left, and that's Shay Scobie.
How are you today, Shay?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Tell us what position you play.
So I'm a middle front and middle back. I've been playing middle front since middle school and everything, but this past year I have transitioned to play all 6 rotations and be middle back to also, in a way, fill the role of Faith leaving us from last year and everything. So roles have changed a little bit, but honestly more exciting that way too.
You know, as you come into this season, you look at your schedule. Were there matches or tournaments that you were really looking forward to playing or being a part of?
Honestly, I was looking forward to playing all of them. I mean, it's my senior year, and I was just excited to go out and play these last few tournaments with my friends and everything, since I've been playing with them since literally forever, since elementary school. So I was excited to go out and play these tournaments and win them again like we did last year. So, yes.
So you win the state title. You've got a long bus ride home. Who's the first person that you heard from that maybe was not at the match, or they may have been at the match? When you pull up your phone, who's texting you saying congratulations, great deal? Is it grandma? Is it mom and dad? Of course, they were probably at the match.
Yeah, I was getting a lot of congratulations from my friends and my family who were at the game, and then some of my family members who couldn't make it to the game but bought the game and everything. They were congratulating me and everything, and just people from the community and everything. People I haven't talked to in forever were just texting me and everything saying congrats, and it was just so nice to see the community come together for the win.
How does it feel to be called a state champion, knowing that no one can ever take that away?
It feels pretty good and everything. It makes me feel accomplished in our high school career and everything. And that's where, since we were little, again, that's what our main goal was, to be a state champion. And it feels good that we actually completed that goal.
Any plans for next year?
Next year, I plan on playing beach volleyball at MSU.
Oh, okay. Now, is that something you've had experience with, or is it?
I have been playing beach volleyball for the last 3 to 4 years and everything. It is definitely, I started playing beach to help with my indoor volleyball to be better for my team. And I just grew to love it so much. And I decided that that's what I wanted to do and follow for my future career and everything.
What's the biggest difference between the volleyball you won the state title at and beach volleyball? What are the biggest differences?
There's a couple big differences. Obviously, in indoor volleyball, there's 6 players, but in beach, there's only 2. So you have a lot of more court to cover, per se, and everything. And there's more on your back to win at. But in indoor, you have tons of people to rely on, but in beach, it's you and your partner, and that just puts a lot of more weight on your shoulders. But I find it more fun because I get more control over the court and get to be that person to help win the game, per se.
Outstanding. Any particular area of study?
I'm not completely decided on it yet. I'm still debating.
Very good. Well, congratulations on the state championship and being part of the Missouri Sports Network Team of the Week.
Thank you very much.
All right, back to Coach Peck. I greatly appreciate, number one, you helped setting this up. And I apologize for the confusion. Yesterday, I was trying to send a text to my daughter, and I responded to your text. So she's in med school, and she had her clinicals yesterday, and she had sent me a text that they went well, and I sent her back a text, and I looked, and I thought, I didn't send that to the right person. But
that's okay.
Anyway, if you had clinicals yesterday, Coach, you did well. But,
well, thanks.
Coach, what's on the docket now for you in the off season? Obviously, back-to-back state championships got to make you feel proud to be a Fairgrove Lady Eagle. What are you doing now to kind of get prepared for next year?
Well, first off, I'm proud of these kids no matter how we finish the season. But yeah, so it's awesome to finish with a state championship, obviously. But I'm going to take a little bit of time off and relax for just a little bit and kind of enjoy my own kiddos and all of their activities that they do. But then we have a club here at Fairgrove called FG Unit, and with some younger teams, and I coach my younger daughter's team. So I'll have a 13s team that I coach, and we'll start that right after Christmas.
Well, outstanding. Well, Coach, again, congratulations. Congratulations to the entire team and to Fairgrove as a school community. Much deserved and much earned. So thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
You bet. I got one more question, and I'm a mandated reporter. And all you have to do is raise your hand. I don't need to know anything else. But this is also sponsored by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. Raise your hand if you wear your seatbelt all the time. Very good. All right. Undefeated there as well. Ladies, congratulations. Have a great day. And thanks for being part of the show today.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be back after these messages from the Missouri Sports Network.
Hi. I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective, and find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back here to High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Liona Laborers Local 663, Building Missouri, and reminding us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. It's time for our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And once again, about the same time of the year, a year ago, we go back to Lutheran North High School, home of the Crusaders, and we welcome in head coach Kyle Wagner. Coach Wagner, thanks so much for your time today.
Yeah, thank you for having me on the show.
Coach, 9-1 on the season here. Before we talk about our athlete of the week, obviously playing well. Haven't lost since week 1 when you had to go to Alabama to play that contest. Talk about the season up to this point.
So we kind of knew that we had a pretty solid team coming in after a run last year, and returning a lot of young guys that are a year older and have put in work in the weight room. And so in the off season, for us, it was about getting stronger. I think we did that. And then we had that trip down to Alabama, which was a crazy trip before we even got to the game. We ended up taking 3 different buses by the end of the day. And we got down there, we got about 3 hours of sleep. And then we played against the team that was ranked number 18th in the country, I think, at the time, and got as high as number 10. We took about 39 kids down there, and they had 49 seniors. So,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, it was a different atmosphere, but we battled. We went into the fourth quarter. It was a 14-12 game. And at that point, we realized we were pretty good. And so, obviously, we ended up losing that game and we came back, but we felt good about the way it went and how physical we played and just the brand of football we played. And we had Blair Oaks the following week. We ended up beating Blair Oaks by 30, which I don't know the last time that's, happened. They're a pretty good program. And Coach LePage is obviously a Hall of Famer and a legend. And since then we've kind of been rolling. And obviously a couple weeks ago we had Cardinal Ritter and they were on a 35-game win streak. And, we won that football game as well. I don't think we played it as clean as we should have. But considering the circumstances of our season, I think our boys did a great job of holding it together and getting that win. And now it's win or go home. So we got Miller Career this week and we're focused on them and we'll see who we have after that.
Coach, who are some young men outside of our athlete of the week here that are playing real well for you? Obviously, you've got a great offensive line for this young man to be able to be doing what he's been doing this season. Who's playing particularly well for you right now for the Crusaders? And are there any surprises? Maybe going into the season, hey, this kid might help us. Oh my goodness, he has really helped us. Have you had any of that?
Yeah. So just up front, I think our entire offensive line has been tremendous. Obviously at center, Drayshawn Pittman is a 3-year starter for us, and he kind of gets everything in order. And he's done a great job this year. Our tackles, both Elijah Knowles and Lonnie Johnson, have been tremendous. They're both sophomores, and they've been huge for us. Lonnie started as a freshman, was All-State last year, but EJ stepped up into a spot and helped us quite a bit. And then, I guess I have to say my quarterback. Our quarterback right now, he's 5 touchdown passes away from setting a single season record. And, as we had a really good quarterback here last year, and he's close to beating his record as a sophomore. So he's probably been the biggest surprise for me. I thought he would be good, but I didn't know he would be that good. That's kind of helped take some guys out of the box to help our running backs have great seasons. And then I would say Martez Stevenson, our other running back. He's like the lightning and Javon's the thunder. So those two have been tremendous this season. Martez actually leads us in rushing yards. He's over 1,100 yards on like 80-something carries. So he's averaging, I think, 13.5 a carry or something like that. We've had a lot of guys step up, and then our receivers have done a heck of a job blocking downfield. And that's something that we pride ourselves on and being aggressive out on the outside, because I believe that's how you spring big runs and championship teams. When you're on the backside of a play, you do a good job of getting downfield and home run blocks is what we call them for the receivers.
Coach, coming off of a district tournament win here against Jennings a week ago, 52-0. You've got Miller Career Academy coming up. Coming out of that Jennings game, did you come out relatively healthy as a squad?
Yeah. Actually, the only person that was a little banged up that we were worried about was Javon. He banged his arm up, but then the next day he was good. So I feel like he was just trying to see how much we love him, how much we care about him, and see if we would check in on him. So we're healthy. We set quite a few guys that week as well, to make sure that they're ready to go. And so we'll get a few of them back this week, and hopefully we can take care of business and stay healthy this week as well.
And you mentioned Javon Blackman there sitting beside you. He is our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. He sets the all-time career rushing record at Lutheran North. Tell us a little bit about what makes this young man special.
So it's kind of a funny story, because his freshman year and sophomore year, we were trying to figure out how to get him onto the field. He wasn't great at running back. He could run about 5 to 10 yards really good, and anything outside of that wasn't very good. And then on the defensive side, he wasn't great either. So we had a game against Francis Howell the year that they won state in Class 5, And we had gotten into the red zone in that game. I think we outgained them 454 yards to 230, and we lost the game by 21 because we didn't finish in the red zone. So we put in a package to snap Javon the ball, and we kind of found his superpower. For whatever reason, when we get into our jumbo package, he turns into Jerome Bettis or Mike Allstott. And since then, he's went on to set I'm pretty sure it's a state record, but he set the school record for 2-point conversions. Anytime we're in a short situation, everybody knows that he's getting the ball, and he'll break 6-7 tackles. And, he's been incredible for us on our 2-point. And then this season, he's made the leap to now where he's actually doing it at the running back spot. And I think that's been a huge difference. But a lot of his points have come from 2-point conversions. And I don't think I've ever seen anybody as efficient as he is at converting 2-point conversions and finishing down at the goal line.
Outstanding. Well, Javon, hey, thanks for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me.
First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you. Love it.
All right, take us back to that moment where you kind of switched positions there and you started going into the jumbo package. What was that like, and what were the challenges of that?
It felt good. When I had to switch was when I started running back. Martez Stevenson got hurt, and I was like, we don't have nobody else. I got to step up to help the team.
What do you have? And I ask a lot of players this, and typically it's running backs or quarterbacks. Sometimes it's wide receiver. And don't tell me what the play is, but you have like a favorite play that every time you get to the sidelines, you're like, hey, coach, let's run this.
I have a couple of those plays.
Coming into this season, did you have any personal or team goals? Did you know how close you were to the record?
No, I didn't know. I didn't know until week 8. Our coach told me when I was 18 points away.
Okay, so you set the all-time career points record, scored there, 18 points. So week 8, that's just a few weeks ago. So do you remember the touchdown or the score anyway that put you over the point scored?
Yes, I remember it. It was a 5-yard run.
What coming into the season, were there games that you were looking particularly forward to playing? Maybe it's a rivalry game. Maybe you had a good game against them last year. Maybe they got you last year, and it may have been Cardinal Ritter. But were there games you were looking forward to coming into this season?
I was looking forward to all the games. I wanted to win them all. We got to get us a ring.
Yeah. What do you do to prepare? Let's say this is Friday. You've got Miller Career Academy coming up tonight. What are you doing during the day to kind of get mentally and physically prepared for a football game?
I visualize myself in the game.
Yeah. Do you like taking the handoff, or would you rather have the ball snapped to you?
Probably snap to me.
Yeah.
He thinks he's a quarterback, really. But I don't let him throw it.
Are you lobbying to be able to throw a pass at some point?
Yes.
We've thrown a few, We've thrown a few, and just for anybody getting prepared for us, don't oversell on the run. We will throw it.
There you go. Well, Javon, once again, now, Javon, are you a senior?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What plans, if any, have you made for next year?
Hopefully playing football in college. I mean, if not, that's fine.
You have any
coaching? I might come back here and coach. I don't know.
Yeah. Any particular area of study? Are you looking to go into education at the college level?
To go physical therapy.
Oh, okay. Is there a background family wise, or did you have it? I had 7 knee surgeries, so I went through a lot of physical therapy, and I thought, well, maybe I need to go that way because I enjoyed it, but I wasn't smart enough. But what is there a background there? Have you been through some programs, or do you have family in the area?
No, I used to watch a lot of physical therapy videos, and I just fell in love with it.
Very good. Well, again, Javon, and again, we're visiting with our Chevy dealers of the Ozarks. Athlete of the Week presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol, and that's Lutheran North running back Javon Blackman and head coach Kyle Wagner. Coach, what are you doing now to kind of get prepared for Miller Academy? What do you know about them? What are you going to have to do to be successful?
Yeah, so they're a 4-3 base team. They run a lot of man-to-man. I believe that against us, they'll run a little bit more zone just because of our athletes. And so, our goal is, we're going to look for space and numbers, and we're going to try and take space and numbers. And, hopefully having a few guys that we get them in the space, they can make a play or two, and we'll be fine. And then defensively, I think that's we've taken our biggest jump. I look forward to our defense flying around and hopefully, getting another shutout. I think that we had ability on that side of the ball to control this game. And offensively, we want to just get in the end zone a few times, and the defense will put us in good positions. So I think it'll be a good game, and we're going to come out and bring energy. It's senior night for us. And so we're going to take full advantage and try to keep our season going.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, I greatly appreciate you kind of helping set this up. And again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations to Javon Blackman.
Thank you. Appreciate you.
You bet. Hey, you're watching High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, and we'll be back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Presented, as always, by Liuna, Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Continuing with our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athletes of the Week segment, we'll bring in Fairgrove head football coach Bill Voris. Coach Voris, thanks for your time today.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
Coach, first off, a tremendous season, undefeated at this point, number one ranked team in the state, number one in your Class 2 district tournament. Tell us about the season kind of as a whole and what you guys are doing really well right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's been a really exciting season for these seniors. You know, we've got a strong senior class. With it being kind of a new season for us, we added several teams to our conference to kind of shook up the schedule a little bit. And just having an opportunity to play some teams that these guys hadn't seen before kind of kept things fresh for us all year long. Like I said, really senior heavy, senior led. So keeping guys interested and motivated for football wasn't necessarily the challenge, but these guys have responded well. You know, they're football players, not just guys that play football. So that's what's contributed to this season to this point. And we're really excited about where we've gotten ourselves and what's coming up in the future.
You mentioned the new conference where you get to see teams like a Buffalo, Hollister, Springfield Catholic, even a Reed Spring team. What does that do for you in preparation for the postseason?
Yeah, like I said, it was good to see some new opponents, see some new offenses, some new defenses, new coaching styles, stuff that we hadn't seen, consistently, and so then some better competition. We added several Class 3 schools, and so overall our conference got better as a football school, and all athletic programs got better in our conference. So it was good to be able to see some new competition, some better competition all year long.
Now you get ready to take on tonight in a district tournament. You've got Willow Springs. They're 2-7, but they're coming out of a similar situation in a very tough, South Central Association conference. That SCA, they play football well. What do you know about Willow Springs, and what are you going to have to do tonight to come out on top?
Yeah, I mean, you said it, like that conference. You can't really ever look at records when you're talking about playing that conference because they beat up on each other. They're a much improved football team, especially from a year ago. I mean, I know that they've got 7 losses, but they've been in several of those games. They've got some really explosive young talent. They do a lot of different things on offense. It's going to be a challenge for our defense tonight. And the themes that I'd seen them play on defense were against teams that don't play the same style of offense we do. So we're going to kind of go into this one blind a little bit about what they're going to do. We're going to have to overcome some adversity and figure out what we're going to do offensively when we get there, I guess.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, this is a Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And alongside, you have the Springfield Area Quarterback Club's small school most valuable player, Kellen Laird. Tell us a little bit about Kellen and what he brings to the program.
Yeah, Kellen's an extremely explosive player. I mean, he's been a 3-year starter for us now. He's been 2-time kick returner, first-team kick returner, All-State. Last year, he was second-team All-State running back. We've had some really good football players come through here, and we've had some coaches that have been here through several of those guys, and they talk about Kellen being at the top of the guys that have ever played football here. He's the most explosive offensive player I've ever had a chance to coach, and so it's fun to see what he can do with the football and just watch him grow as a player.
Kellen, how are you today?
I'm good. You?
I'm doing well. Kellen, first off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
Kellen, tell us a little bit about yourself. When did you start playing football? When did you get excited about the position? I've heard a lot about the kick returns, punt returns, things like that. Is that a position that you've been playing for a number of years?
Yeah, I started when I was pretty young. I started with the Mighty Mites, and I've always pretty much been the same position, but I got real excited to play this spot when I saw when I was in middle school, when I saw the high school players in. After they score touchdowns, they get all hype. I've known I always wanted to do that, so I was like, I got to play that spot.
Tell us a little bit about now, a lot of teams don't kick it to you, and that's got to be frustrating, but when you're back and preparing to receive a kick, what's going through your mind? What are you thinking about?
Oh, I'm just thinking if I get the ball, I got to make the most of it and get as far up the field as I can. I got to get in a good position for my team.
What now offensively, Coach alluded to the fact you were second-team All-State as a running back. How long have you been in that position?
Running back, I've played since sophomore year.
What are your thoughts, and how do you get prepared? I mean, tonight you've got a Willow Springs team. What are you doing throughout today to get mentally and physically prepared for tonight's contest?
We just go through our day like it's a normal school day, and once we get into our 7th hour, our weights, we meditate for a little bit to get in the right mindset, and then before the game we stop goofing around, and we get set on that person or that team that we're facing.
Very good. Did you have any team or personal goals coming into this season?
To make it past any team any Fairgrove team that's played so far in one state.
Very good. Well, Kellen, again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named a High School Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
You bet. Congratulations. Coach, what do you got playing the rest of the day here as you prepare for your first round of district?
Well, I mean, I've got several different weights classes. You know, we have some junior high weights classes, and then I'll go and I'll monitor the the ISS room for a while. Hopefully, there's not very many people, not very many customers in there today, and so they give me an opportunity to watch some more film and get my play sheet and everything together. Today, I sit down with Coach Fabian, our offensive coordinator, and kind of go through potential game plans and a script and that sort of thing. And then we got, like you said, we got 7th-hour weights. I know lots of schools do this, but we always try and lift heavy on game days. So like today will be power clean deadlift day. And then we'll, like Kellen said, we'll take the last 10 minutes and meditate, try and get our minds in a good place, and then cut them loose. And here we go.
What time do the gates open there at Fairgrove?
I think they'll start letting people in around 6, kickoffs at 7.
Outstanding. And obviously it's going to be tough to top the atmosphere from a week ago.
Yeah, that was really special. I hope everybody that was there, I hope these kids, they really look back at that and realize how big a deal that was and how special it was. That's not very often that high school kids get to get that kind of atmosphere, especially before the playoffs.
Very good. Well, Coach, congratulations on the season up to this point. We hope to be able to visit with you throughout the playoffs.
Appreciate it, guy.
You bet. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com. It's high school game day, and we'll be back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast, minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support. For life. Great Southern Bank. Understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, presented by Liona Labor's Local 663, who remind us, hey, drive safely in those work zones. Those folks want to go home to their families as well. Also presented by the Bank of Billings. Bank of Billings established 1889, the oldest bank in Christian County. As we continue here with our Springfield Area Quarterback Club Awards, we go down to Mount Vernon, Missouri. We welcome in Mount Vernon Mountaineers head football coach Tom Cox. Coach Cox, thanks for your time today.
Thanks for having us, Guy.
Coach, 6-3 record right now, the 2 seed in the district here. Talk about the season up to this point and what your thoughts are going into districts.
Sure. We've had a good season. We certainly would hope to have more victories. We do have 3 defeats this year. We lost to Seneca in week 2. Then we lost to Nevada 2 weeks ago in a great game, close game at the end. And then we lost to Monette in a shootout Friday night to put us at a record of 6-3. So as you said, it puts us second in the district, and it's a new district for us, something that we have not been a part of ever.
Yeah, I noticed the first round opponent is Buffalo. And of course, I'm a graduate of Mount Vernon and have paid attention. I mean, that's 30 years ago, but have kind of paid close attention. And I couldn't remember any time playing the Bison. And so I went back and looked, and I don't believe there is any record of Mount Vernon and Buffalo ever playing.
No, and it's interesting because the district that we're in, the other 6 schools, Mount Vernon has never played any of the 6 in a varsity contest in football. We've played Stratford in a JV game one time, I believe, to my knowledge.
Coach, here as you head into this week 10, what do you feel like your team is doing really well right now?
We've been scoring a lot of points. We're averaging over 36 points a game. We're averaging 405 total yards per game. So we've had good output, but here the last couple of weeks, we have given up quite a few points with two totally different style offenses with Nevada, pretty ground heavy, very ground heavy. And then with Monette that likes to throw it. I think they threw it, 56 times the other night. So we're playing well offensively. We need to shore some things up on our special teams and on defense, but we're looking forward to getting into the postseason and hopefully making a good run.
As I mentioned, this is our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And we bring in Braden Dotson, who's the Springfield area quarterback club, small school defensive player of the year. Coach, tell us a little bit about Braden.
Sure. Braden's just a great player. We're certainly glad to have him. He started for us for 4 years on both offense and defense. He broke the Mount Vernon career rushing record early in the season, and he just continues to add to it. He did not play against Monette the other night, which has a big impact on our football team anytime he's not in there. But Braden has a very, very good, very high football IQ, as he does in other sports. He was the Class 4 first-team All-State catcher this past spring. So he's got quite a few skills, but he really has a great competitive spirit about him when he gets out there on the field. He's rushed for over 1,000 yards this year in 8 games, and he's made an incredible amount of tackles and plays, tackles for losses, and he's just got the ability. I think he's got great vision, and he's got quick reactions that he can kind of contort his body, get off blocks, get around them, and make plays. And that's what he does. He's a playmaker, and couldn't be more happy for him, excited for him to be named this small school defensive player of the year.
Braden, how are you today?
Good. How are you?
I am very good. First, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
And also on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, congratulations on the Small School Defensive Player of the Year.
Thank you. It means a lot.
And Braden, I'm a mandated reporter for the Missouri State Highway Patrol, so my first question is this: do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I actually do.
Very, very good. Well, Braden, tell us a little bit about what you do to kind of get prepared for a game. Let's say you're playing tonight, which you're not. Now, when this airs, you will be. But what are you doing to kind of get mentally and physically prepared throughout the week for a game?
I mean, it really just focus on practice and build more chemistry with your players, and also helps drinking lots of water. And usually like 3 days before a game, I usually just drink a lot of Propel and Pedialyte so I can stay hydrated. So I try not to come out of the game much.
And Braden, as you look back, going back to your freshman year, and you started as a freshman, have you played this same position the entire time?
No, I think I'm on my 3rd defensive position. Played safety my freshman year, and I played inside linebacker my sophomore year. And in the past 2 years, I played outside linebacker.
Do you have a favorite of those positions?
I'd probably say inside linebacker is probably my favorite because it's really nice being able to just stuff a run play, and feels a lot better. But also strong safety was really nice because, I'm kind of short. So, it really helps.
Yeah. Well, how do you think, you being a multi-sport athlete, how does playing the other sports, did you find it helps you playing football as well?
Yeah, especially in the weight room, we can really build get stronger, and then I play baseball, and the stronger you are, it's easier to hit harder balls and throw faster, and I'm a catcher, so squatting is really important. So yeah, build up stronger legs. So yeah.
You know, when you break the huddle, and against Monette, you probably didn't get to huddle very much, knowing the Mawks. But what are you looking for? Are you trying to, as far as what are you keying on, without giving away any trade secrets? But what's something that you're paying particular attention to?
Usually like how this guards and tackles get how fast they are off the ball, and like how fast they get to the ball, and like have their hand on the ground faster, or if they don't have their hand at all, and try to if they're sitting back like they're getting ready to pull or something.
Is it on the other side of the ball? Offensively, what are you looking for? Are you looking for maybe that Mike linebacker, or maybe what your position is on defense? Are you trying to find that guy?
Yeah, I mainly just look at the linebackers' body languages, because bad body language doesn't do any good with a team. So like you can tell if they're tired, and if someone shows like they're tired, I mean, it's kind of easier to run their way and getting someone to block them.
Again, we're visiting with the Springfield Area Quarterback Club Small School Defensive Player of the Year from Mount Vernon, Braden Dotson. And Braden, let's say you could get in a time machine and you could go back to that freshman Braden Dotson and give that young man some advice based on what you know now as a senior. What advice would you give yourself? Whether it be in the weight room more, classroom more? What advice would you give yourself knowing what you know right now as a senior?
It would probably take everything more serious, because like my freshman year, we didn't really take much serious because we started a lot of young guys, so no one really took much serious besides especially in the weight room, no one really, I wouldn't say cared, but everyone cared obviously. But I feel like it's a lot more intense this year. We are expected to be good, so you can't you got to expect to play good. So
very good. As you look back on your career, and maybe it's a game this year, are there games you find that even 30 years later after I graduated, there are games I would like to go back and play again? Man, maybe it's a game we got beat that we maybe could have won, or maybe it's a game you had a great game. Were there games that you'd really like to go back and just do over because it was so much fun, or maybe you'd like to take another shot at getting a win?
Yeah, I'd probably say my freshman year against Lamar, we lost 63-7, and that's the one score I mainly remember out of every game we've played my whole 4 years. I can't really remember what last week's score was, but I just have Lamar's score in my head freshman year, and losing 63-7, and our 7 points came the final minute, and yeah, they just kept running the score up and didn't really show mercy until the fourth quarter. But yeah, probably that game.
Very good. Well, Braden, once again, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
You bet. Coach, what do you got planned between now and game time?
Well, we'll practice here in a relatively short period of time. We'll kind of clean things up it's a Thursday practice for us. So a lot of special team stuff, and just kind of review what we've installed this week. And just at this point in the season, we're trying to just keep getting better, stay consistent. We want to be playing our best football as we get into the playoffs. And here against the first round, got Buffalo, and they look good on film to me. They haven't won very many games, but they've played some really good football. So we'll have to play well, and we certainly expect to do that.
Eddie Phillips, the head coach at Buffalo, a longtime friend and just a tremendous person as well. And I know he does a good job over there. So even at 1-8 at this time of the year, it's win or go home.
Yep. I've known Eddie also, and I agree. He does a great job over there with the guys that he's got. And they've had some really good teams in the recent years. And so we expect nothing but a hard-fought battle.
You bet. Coach, again, thanks for setting this up. Braden, congratulations.
Thank you.
You're watching High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Back after this.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Yeah. Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate.
When you drive a Chevy, it's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Hey, welcome back to High School Game Day here on the Missouri Sports Network. Guy Newcomb alongside here on this Friday as we head into week one of the postseason in high school football. We welcome in to the show Nixa head coach John Perry. Coach Perry, thanks for your time today.
Man, thank you for having us on.
You bet, Coach. And this is the Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week segment presented by the Missouri State Highway Patrol. And on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club in our 76th year, want to congratulate you and a couple of your players on being selected as number one. You were the high school coach of the year, Coach, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. And I appreciate what y'all do. The quarterback club's fantastic. The meetings during the year are fantastic. And I appreciate everything that you do and your group does.
You bet, Coach. And I couldn't do without you. And there's a lot of people behind, the scenes that kind of help out with that. Before we go on and talk about your season, coming out of Mississippi, was this something that you guys had the occasion to meet on a weekly basis?
We had there was a Jackson Touchdown Club that would meet on Monday nights, and it was kind of similar. They would recognize a player of the week, and they would have that player and his coach come, and they would have a guest speaker or something. And then at the end of the year, they would have a player of the year deal where they selected someone from so it was very similar.
Very good. Well, Coach, once again, on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, congratulations on being named the Coach of the Year here for the 2024 season.
Well, I appreciate that. And I'm not an overly huge fan of individual awards because, there's so many people in this school system and in this community. And, you think the coaches, the players, the admin, everybody that comes together, so that's really what it means. It means that we have the best support system around, and, it will be my name attached to it, but it's obviously for everybody else. And, I'm grateful that, we have the community, the school system that we have, and the team and the coaches, and, we are extremely blessed.
You bet. Coach, another tremendous season, 9-0 on the season, COC champions. Tell us a little bit about the season and the things that you guys are doing really well right now going into the postseason.
Well, I think, when we go back to the spring, when they set up the schedule, we kind of thought they were trying to set us up to hurt us because we started off right out the gate with Republic, Webb City, Joplin, Carthage. We had, all the tougher teams from the past were on the front end, but we were able to make it through that stretch. We have had a fantastic season. Our players have truly embraced chasing the best version of themselves and trying to figure out how to be the best they are and not worry about who we're playing or what the score is. If the ball is snapped, let's play 4 to 6 seconds as hard as we can. And I think that's been the biggest benefit to our team is, they are truly trying to be better every day and not looking at the scoreboard or not looking at the opponent. And, it's kind of like John Wooden used to say, he never really watched the opponent's film. Like he was trying to put the best UCLA basketball team on the court that he could, and control what he can control. And our guys have done that. They've been fantastic. And, we're about as healthy as we've been all year long, and continuing to try to get better so that we can play for a longer amount of time.
Coach, with the season behind you, you've earned that number 1 seed in your district. Very familiar, your team is, with the other teams in your district. How do you spend an off night on Friday night? Obviously, your team's going to be resting, but what are you doing, your coaching staff doing? Are you taking in some other games as far as scouting?
Well, that's kind of weird. We're not quite sure. Like I would imagine I'm going to be watching several games from the house, whether it be the Ozark game or Boise State or Harding University plays tonight. So I'll watch that one tonight, but I'll catch, there'll be a lot of football being watched, and that'll be a little bit different, but it'll be fun.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, you've got a couple young men there beside you who are also being recognized by the Springfield area quarterback club. One is Parker Mann, who was the recognized as a defensive player of the year. Tell us a little bit about Parker.
Well, Parker's fantastic. He's a great example of, I get questions all the time, like I want to play college football. What do I need to do? And we freak out about what's to happen down the road when what you really should do is like Parker has is just go to work, man, and work every single day to be the best, that you can. I mean, now Parker, he got an offer yesterday from Pitt State, which is one of the best Division II programs in America. And that's after 9 games of his senior year. But up until this point, all he's done is work, be better, and play great on Friday night. And when you do that, you get a chance to, continue your education and get help doing so and play for other folks. He's had a fantastic year. He's well over 100 tackles. He's very physical. He's very strong. He is the leader of our defense, no question about it, and is one of the better football players that I've had the luxury of coaching, and probably the hardest worker with the greatest attitude of anybody I've ever been around.
Parker, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing great.
Very good. First off, on behalf of Chevrolet and the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being part of the Athlete of the Week segment and winning the Defensive Player of the Year in the Springfield area quarterback club.
Thank you so much.
You bet. First off, I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol. I've got one question I have to ask. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
I do. I always wear it.
Very good. Parker, tell us a little bit about the position you play and what your roles and responsibilities are.
So I'm playing a free safety right now. So really my job is just communicate with everyone on the defense, the play call, the coverage, what's going on. If we got to change something, move someone around, bring the linebackers out of the box. If my strong safety has to be up, got to communicate that. If he needs to be down, need to communicate that. If I'm going to be down, I need to tell everyone that I'm down or what's going on. And I think that's something that I definitely had to grow into that communication part of my game, because that's not a very natural thing for anyone to do. Trying to have 11 people on the same page at one time in a very short amount of time, it's not easy trying to get the play call in and then having everyone do their job. If something messes up, I take responsibility for it because it's my defense.
Now, Parker, without giving away any trade secrets, when you say down, does that mean you're inside the box, maybe man up on a tight end, or what do you mean when you say down?
Yeah, we have a certain different coverages. I'm not going to say exactly where.
Right. No, don't give anything away.
Yeah. Where I fall down into we call it a hybrid linebacker. I'm still a safety, but I play more run heavy.
Yeah. Is that a position you've played your entire time, or is this kind of new? When did you begin that position?
This is my first year being a safety. Last year I was our Sam backer, which is an outside linebacker. So really, it wasn't a hard change for me because of Spencer Ward. I'm really, really close with him. So over the summer, whenever I found out I was going to be that free safety spot, I worked with him almost every week just to kind of figure out what I was doing.
Yeah. Are you having fun?
I'm having so much fun.
As coming into this season, did you have any personal or team goals?
Obviously, win state. That's always one of my goals. And just become a better football player in general. Work on the things I need to work on. Obviously, new position, so I had a lot to work on. That's it.
And Coach mentioned you'd gotten an offer from Pitt State University, and I know the offers are going to continue to come in. Is there any particular area of study that you're looking at as you enter the college?
No, not really study. I know after I want to become a pilot. So whatever gets me to become a pilot makes me go to that flight school, whatever helps me there.
Very good. Hey, my major in my first 2 years in college was eligibility. So all my classes were in the gym. But hey, Parker, again, on behalf of the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations for being named Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week and the Defensive Player of the Year for the Springfield Area Quarterback Club.
Thank you, guys.
You bet. Coach, I know we've got our most valuable player there alongside as well, Dylan Rivera.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about Dylan.
Man, Dylan's fantastic. Dylan is one of the young men that has probably grown in our program as much as anybody from the time he come into it until the time he is now. From a behavior skill wise, he has really grown as a human being. He's worked hard, he's tough as nails, and the offensive line gets a lot of credit, and they should. But Dylan does a fantastic job of getting yards after contact. He's a extremely tough individual. He's just walking around tough, so that makes him even better on Friday nights. And, we're just super proud of where he has come as a human being, not just as a football player.
Outstanding. Dylan, congratulations. How are you, sir?
Thank you. I'm good. How are you?
Very good. And again, I'm a mandated reporter for the Highway Patrol. Do you always wear your seatbelt?
Yes, I do.
All right. Dylan, tell us a little bit about your background. Have you always played that position? How did you get into football, and how long have you been playing the position you're playing now?
Yeah. So ever since first grade, I've always just been getting the ball, running back. So basically my whole life I've been getting the ball. And just growing up, I played a lot of defense, but I think my main spot was definitely running back for sure. That was definitely my best thing I could do.
And I talk to a lot of running backs, wide receivers, and even quarterbacks throughout the year, and I always ask them, and again, don't tell me what it is, but do you have a favorite play that your eyes kind of light up when it's called, and is that something you're maybe lobbying on the sideline? Hey, coach, call this play. You don't have to tell me what it is, or do you want to catch the ball out of the backfield? What's something that kind of makes your eyes get wide open?
I think it's just my big thing is probably like power counter, but I really like getting the ball in my hands, like catching the ball. And I know Perry's been trying to do that for me this year and to get some coaches to see I can catch the ball and I can run. But yeah, I think anything up the middle for sure is probably my bread and butter.
And Dylan, what do you do to kind of get prepared for a game? Obviously, you've got a week off, but you're preparing, obviously, for that next game, Ozark versus Waynesville. What are you doing to mentally get prepared and physically? How are you taking care of your body and get prepared for your next game?
Usually I'm just a lot of time I'm visualizing, I'm watching film, and I do a lot of recovery with like saunas and ice baths. I do that almost every day, and I think that's a big part of my game, and I think that's a big part of anyone's game if they have the opportunity to do that. So yeah, I think that's just what I do for game days.
And Dylan, have you thought about next year? Have you gotten any offers, or are you entertaining the idea of playing at the next level?
Yeah, for sure. I have 2 NAIA offers right now. I'm hoping, I'm guessing I'll get some more as the season goes on, obviously, and during December and stuff. But yeah, for sure.
Do you have any particular interest in what you'll be studying at the collegiate level?
I was thinking something maybe in criminal justice or business for sure. I think those are my top 2 right now.
Very good. Well, Dylan, once again, on behalf of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club, the Missouri State Highway Patrol, congratulations on being named the MVP, most valuable player of the Springfield Area Quarterback Club.
Yeah, it's an honor. Thank you.
You bet. Thanks, Dylan. Coach, very good. I appreciate you setting this up, and 2 very good young men. And as you mentioned at the beginning, the Coach of the Year award comes a lot of times on the backs of players and assistant coaches and administration and fans that supported it. And but you've done a tremendous job in your time there, and always enjoy getting to hear from you at the quarterback club. I hope you've enjoyed it. I know coaches have enjoyed being there, and Art really enjoys it. Art likes getting out and getting around to it, and we appreciate everything that you've done.
Well, we appreciate y'all, and we appreciate you recognizing our kids in our program.
Outstanding. Well, Coach, hey, best of luck throughout the rest of the season. Hopefully we'll get to visit with you several more times here on the way to that December 2nd.
Can't wait. Thank you, sir.
All right. You're watching High School Game Day on the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. Certainly glad that you have tuned in. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. And we'll be right back after these messages.
I'll have the avocado toast minus the avocado.
So, toast.
Everything is so expensive these days. Hey, Chevy gets it. That's why they're keeping prices down to earth, like on the most affordable EV in America. A super strong and capable Chevy truck. And a high-tech Chevy SUV. Why is Chevy making affordable vehicles connected by OnStar? It's so together we can do more.
We believe banking should make your life greater. It starts with affordable options to meet today's needs and tomorrow's dreams. From smart account options that fit your style to flexible loans for what comes next. It means convenient ways to access and manage your money whenever you need it and wherever you're headed. Most of all, it takes great support. Someone you can count on for trusted guidance and to be there for you every step of the way. Great options, great convenience, great support for life. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Be great.
Participate!